Mm-hmm.
Okay. Give it one more minute. I'm waiting for one of our guests and I see people still joining, so we'll give it a second and then we'll start. Okay, so I think we're going to start with some housekeeping. First of all, welcome everybody to our monthly BA call. Great to have you join us. And before we start, as always, I just want to make sure that people are aware how the interpretation works. So if we go to the next slide, basically, if you go onto your Zoom desktop on the left-hand side, you'll see a kind of a globe icon. If you click that, you can select the language that you want to hear. And then, of course, it's also wise to mute the original language, otherwise you'll have two different languages, so, and that will not be convenient. If you're joining us on your mobile phone, there's a slightly different procedure. You'll see the three dots icon, and you tap the language that you want, and then you can mute the original one, and that is how you should set that up. For the languages that we don't offer normal translation, there's also an auto transcript on the next slide. So if you go to your desktop, you'll see the transcript option that is in Zoom. You can actually click the language that you would like, and then you can also click the captions that you want to see. And again, there also you can have the option to have both English and your local language or just your local language. On the mobile version, it's the same thing. You'll see you have a few options there to click if you want to use the captions, and then you also have the option to click if you want to what language you want, and then you can also choose to keep both or just one, and then you should be all set. I'm hoping our guests are joining. We are running a little bit late. We have a few speakers tonight, but maybe I want to spend a little time on the next slide, just making sure everybody knows. If you go to the next slide, you'll see the slide deck that we use. And Anna, can you maybe go to the next slide? And I see Katie's joining. That's perfect timing. Fantastic. So anyway, so you'll see this slide. It's important that you know that the presentation we share tonight, it's really made for the European and African market. I'm saying that explicitly because you might be working in a market elsewhere outside of our region, and therefore not all the information is applies to your market. Also, if you make screenshots, we know people do that. We understand, but please be a little bit careful by using the slides in a different context. Make sure to reach out to us so we know what you use. Again, like these slides and this whole deck is made to be presented by a corporate team towards you. So that's very important. Before we go, I think we're gonna have a little video and then we're gonna get started. Thank you.
What's that thing called when you meet somebody and you feel like you're walking on a cloud? And every step you made all your life, wrong or right, led you to this place right here, right now. It's like when you were at work and you said to yourself, I'm gonna have a good time tonight. I'm gonna go out. So you put on your favorite shoes or you put on your favorite jeans and you get into the mood and oh man, what's that feeling called again? What's that feeling called when that thing that flows through your blood and it's not gonna kill you, man. It'll only make you breathe a little harder and live a little longer.
Yeah, thank you so much. And maybe I want to do a little shout out to our AV team for making these beautiful videos. You see, these are all images that are shot when we travel. So, and that's also, we're going to speak about some of our success trips today. Before we start, maybe go to the next slide. For the people who don't know me, I am Michiel Sino. I'm part of the corporate team and hosting tonight's call. We have a very busy call. We have had a very busy month. We do this call on a monthly basis. We want to make sure that you are informed. We've been traveling a lot. We've been meeting a lot of you in person. So a lot of the information you might have seen, but we also realize there's a lot of you who have not joined us on the events recently or at the trip. So we want to make sure that you have the same information. And that's what we'll be doing today. As I said, we've been traveling a lot. We will be joined tonight, hopefully, if he can make it, by Justin Kiesel, our global president. We have Elna from the business development team speaking on India and programs updates. We have Lucy from our product marketing team with some exciting product updates. But what I am personally look most forward to today is that we will hear from two of our leaders that are just back from Utah in Provo, part of our We Go Home trip. And maybe go to the next slide. The We Go Home trip is an incentive trip that we organize once a year. We've been doing that for quite a few years now. There's a qualification for you to go and qualify for this trip, and we'll fly you and your partner to Provo, Utah, the place where it all started 40 years ago. This is also why we call it We Go Home. The qualifiers are welcomed by the whole corporate team. That's also the red carpet that you see here on the screen, where we welcome everybody. There is speeches for most of our executives. This year we were very lucky. We had Ryan Piersky, our CEO. We had Joe Chang. We had many of our scientists speak. There were dinners, there were parties. We have our founders, Sandy and Steve, were also present to welcome everybody, but also to speak and to mingle and make pictures. So really, really exciting, few days. We toured the office, and I think for many people, one of the highlights is always the Y hike. That's when we do a half a day hike up and down of a famous hillside close to the office. It's my absolute favorite trip of the year. If you have never heard of We Go Home, or you've not seen or don't understand the concept, I really suggest you start following the We Go Home Nu Skin Instagram account. You're going to get a really good feel for what it means and you know why you basically cannot afford not to be there. So I really would suggest you trying to understand it and maybe reach out to your upline and see if you can make a plan. How do you qualify for an event like that? But rather than me speaking about this trip, trying to convince you should join us next time, I think I have a much better idea. I have one of our qualifiers, as I said, I've asked her to share with you her testimonial. It's my pleasure to introduce to you a very sympathetic and talented lady that I got to know quite well in the last week. You know, a true product expert and very, very passionate Nu Skin leader. So Katie Winters, are you there?
I am. Thank you, Michiel.
Thank you.
Oh, the main man. Shall I just get going?
Yeah, go on. Sorry,
I wasn't sure if you were going to quiz me or question, but it's with great pleasure to be here this evening and to be asked to share a little bit about the experience that I've just had. I am fully emotionally overloaded. Obviously, we've just had the Marbella Summit as well off the back of Utah, so I genuinely couldn't have filled up my cup anymore. I really just want to try and impart a little bit of enthusiasm for one, and also my emotion for anybody that is within the business or new to the business, to be able to appreciate how incredible this trip is, and the fact that you can qualify to have this as an earned experience is something that I, in my own corporate career in the beauty and the skincare industry, isn't anything that has ever been offered to me. What I felt the most by touching down in Utah and being in the headquarters for those few days was an immense amount of trust and faith in this business and the people that are at the top that are running it and driving it forward. And I think as much as we all know that our products are phenomenal, I don't think there is really a product in the portfolio that doesn't give you that demonstrable difference within at least kind of 5 to 7 days. It's a different level of trust altogether when you really get to sit amongst the huge leaders, the corporate team, and be able to really appreciate that from the top down, the motivation of being able to empower the leadership and the sales force, but also run with the whole kind of motivated by love ethos that the founders have set in place, Sandy Tillotson set in place. You just cannot even put that into a simple sentence, really. I really, really stress to everybody that wants to kind of project and proceed with the business that this becomes a priority to qualify for, so that you get to go and see firsthand exactly what it's like to be amongst these people. You get to have the tour around the whole of the HQ. One of my favorite experiences alongside the Y Hike, which is definitely a monumental moment for me as well, Michiel, but was also the visit to the distribution center. It was unbelievable to be able to come kind of hand to hand and heart to heart with people that are there, quite simply, you know, packing boxes all day, every day, but to be able to appreciate that they've actually been there for years and years and years on end, and they pack every single box with so much passion, love, and enthusiasm for Nu Skin. That was one of the moments for me where I realized that as a company and as an organization, you look after every single employee that's under the Nu Skin umbrella. And that makes me very, very proud to be a part of it. I also think this is an opportunity where you really get to see what the global community is like. And I met and sat with and rubbed shoulders and had lunch and coffee and dinner with people that have come from all different parts of obviously Europe. And it's really lovely to be able to build those kind of across the pond relationships as well. So yeah, I think I couldn't possibly be any more kind of overwhelmed with the experience that I had. The amount of time that I got to spend with you, Michiel, obviously Steve, whether it is a known fact or not yet, but both of you have genuinely made a dream come true for me over the last couple of days. And I can't actually put into words, without the emotion choking me, how grateful I am to have been heard the way that I was about something I felt really passionately about with regards to the products and what difference we can make to our customers and our patients. So I urge anybody that wants to take this business to a whole new level to really kind of knuckle down, understand what the qualification is, give yourself plenty of time to really be able to get ahead of that and get yourself in front of these guys. Because whilst, you know, the sales force is an incredible place to be, the corporate panel for me is just out of this world, and it's unrivaled when it comes to a skincare distribution company.
Thank you, Katie. So you would suggest, I guess, to qualify and join us next year?
Absolutely.
No, I appreciate you sharing that, because I think it means a lot to us to welcome you, but I think it's even more to hear for people from a peer that just been there. So really appreciate you sharing. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of questions in the coming days from people that also want to know how to qualify and to make a plan and to experience the same. So I want to thank you, Katie. I know you have a prospecting call tonight, so I know you have to go. So I appreciate you made time for us to join. Really do. I'm looking forward to speak to you soon again. The next speaker just made it on the call. He made it a bit of a tense moment for us, because we were wondering, will he make it? Will he not make it? I'm seeing him in my corner of my eye. I don't think he needs much of an introduction. It's a man that most of you know very, very well. He is the global president of SEAL and very dedicated to our region. I think he likes our markets a lot, because I've seen him many times join us on trips and opportunities where he can. So Justin, the floor is all yours.
Oh, thank you. And I apologize for being a few minutes late. We were over having a meeting with Ryan, and there was just so much energy. And finally, Andy just said, "You have to go. You got people waiting for you." And so I am so sorry to cause concern, but I am thrilled to be here. And Ryan, as I was leaving, he said, "Tell them they're awesome." I said, "Is anything you want me to say?" He said, "Tell them they're awesome," and you guys are. You're fantastic, and I look and I mean, there's so many of you on, and I love that we've got this group on today. And I had a chance. I wish I could tell how many of you were in Marbella over the last few days, because the teams asked me to share some of my thoughts that I shared there. And so for some of you, this will be a little repetitious, but I guess I won't apologize for that, because the message that we have to share is so powerful and it's so wonderful. And even hearing it again, I believe repetition is a really important learning principle. And so for those of you that are going to hear this again, thank you for being there, and thank you for being here. It's clear you're committed. It's clear that you're in, and I couldn't be more grateful to have partners like you. But that goes to all of you that have decided to join us here today. I want to say thank you for taking time out of your day to be a part of this call and for connecting with us. I love Nu Skin, and I know you do too. We are a part of something that's truly special. And if we can go on to the next slide, we'll get off this, and I can't just skip right by my family. Speaking of something special, that is at the heart of what's special to me. But I do love my beautiful family here, my wife, my 5 children, my 4 grandchildren, 2 son-in-law and a daughter-in-law. This is me. As you see that, but as much as I love my Nu Skin family, or my regular family, I love my Nu Skin family with all my heart, and I'm glad that I get a chance to be a part of this. And on the next slide, it talks about what motivates me with respect to Nu Skin, and it is our mission. And I don't need to spend a ton of time here, because I want to get to some other pieces, and I want to respect your time, but I'd be missing a really important opportunity if I didn't just pause here and thank you for the role that you play in helping us live our mission. Our mission talks about empowering people. We talk about being a force for good, and you think of those 3 words, force for good. The power that comes from those 3 words for me is hugely aspirational and motivates me. But then we go on to talk about empowering people to improve lives. And I just want to convey my gratitude to each of you for the role you play in helping us live our mission. Our mission truly does empower you. It empowers you to dream bigger and to do the things that you want to do, but it empowers you to also empower other people. And so thank you for the role you play. Thank you for who each of you are. We together represent something really special. So if we can jump over to the next slide, speaking of dreams and dreamers, I love this quote by Eleanor Roosevelt. She spoke about the future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. And I dare say every one of you on this call have a dream. And I hope Nu Skin factors largely into that dream and into how you're going to accomplish that dream. But I want to ask you a question as it relates to this, because it's one thing to have a dream. My question for you is your dream beautiful? Is your dream beautiful? And I hope it is. I hope as you're thinking about what you might accomplish in life, that Nu Skin's a big part of that, but I hope that your dream is beautiful. I hope it leads you to a beautiful place. I had a chance. Let's jump over. Let's jump 2 slides down, please. I love these guys very much. I had 30 minutes in Marbella, and I've got half that here. So I've got to make sure we're moving along, but I love the Westbergs. And, but I want to share this milestone that the company recently crossed. This is a major, major milestone that validates all of you dreamers that are out there trying to accomplish something even bigger. At one point, 40 years ago, we just celebrated our 40th birthday as a company. 40 years ago, our founders, Blake, Steve, and Sandy, could not have imagined that 40 years later, we would have already paid $20 billion in sales compensation to our sales leaders all over the world. But but we've crossed this major milestone. And as we've done our analysis, I think we're just one of 3 companies in the entire world that have done this. It puts us in a rare company as truly demonstrating how we're empowering people to accomplish some of their bigger financial goals. There are so many other ways we empower people, but this is certainly one of them. So when I extend the question to you, I hope you've got a dream, and I hope it's a beautiful dream. Go to the next slide, and I want to just say, I hope you're thinking bigger. I hope as you see that slide and you see that number, 20 billion is hard for all of us to wrap our heads around. But I hope as you see that you're thinking about ways that you might be able to do even more than you were thinking before. Ways that your dream might become even more beautiful. So I extend the challenge to you to think bigger. And as you think bigger, we'll go on to the next slide. We'll talk, you have a chance to create your future. And on the next slide, I want to emphasize that we will co-create that future together. The beauty of this is you're truly never alone in this business. We co-create, we work together, whether you're working with your team, whether you're working with the company, we'll co-create a really beautiful future so we can accomplish those beautiful dreams. And on the next slide, I share with you why I get so excited about what we have in front of us. The 20 billion that I just shared, that number, as staggering as it is, I believe is only our first 20 billion. We will pay another 20 billion and another 20 billion. And a big part of my optimism comes from these 2 massive initiatives that we have in front of us. And I'll say, I get excited when I think about Europe as it relates to the India opportunity. When we were in Marbella, we had a whole group of people come and fill this stage, waving their India flag. All of these people are India eligible brand representatives. I'm thinking several of you are on this call today. I want to say thank you. Thank you to you for what you're doing to help us prepare to open this incredible market. Thank you to the person that brought you in, that is helping you and preparing you for that opportunity. India represents a massive opportunity. I'm going to get to that a little bit more in a minute. But related to that is this Prism IO, a truly intelligent wellness device that's going to allow us to be able to help people no longer have to question whether or not the supplements that they're putting into their bodies, or for you parents out there, I know how much you love your kids, and I know you're trying so hard to help them prepare for the future. With that is helping them be healthy. You're putting supplements into your kids' bodies. Do you know they work? Well, you're at Nu Skin, so you do know they work. But the majority of the world doesn't. I'll talk about that in just a minute. So let's jump over, and I want to share with you a little bit more about Prism IO and why this is special. If you go to the next slide, you'll see that it truly just takes 15 seconds. 15 seconds to know where you stand relative to your current antioxidant levels and your ability for your body to fight off those free radicals that weigh us down, that slow us down, that make us less than ourselves. You can see an example here of me actually scanning myself, getting my score and seeing, okay, I'm above average, but I still have work to do when it comes to my score. We were in Marbella this last week, and I brought the Prism with me, and we had a whole bunch of our team elites that are scoring so much higher than me. And I'm like, okay, so I clearly, even though I'm a little above average, I've got work to do. And that's one of the powers of this device. We're sitting in this beautiful street in Marbella. We pulled it out, we set it right there, and there's instantly this crowd of people that come around, and they want to see what people are doing, what are they scoring, and it's just so natural in creating these conversations. 15 seconds to change your own life, but also to be able to help you to know where you stand. So if we go to the next slide, I want to double down on the point that I was just making. As parents, you want the best for your kids. You want the best for yourself and all of your loved ones. But I know even as business owners in Nu Skin, you want the best for your customers and your team. Well, everybody deserves to know. Worldwide, we spend over $3 billion a year on supplements. The majority of those people are just going on pure faith, pure hope that they do what they say they're supposed to do, that they actually work. At Nu Skin, we don't have to guess. We know because we see the score, and either our score improves when we take our supplements, or it doesn't. And if it doesn't, we've got a money-back guarantee. So I just love the power of what this device represents. One, you deserve to know. Your family deserves to know. Your customers deserve to know that what they're putting into their body is actually helping. We know there's layers to this intelligent wellness. Sleep matters, nutrition matters, fitness matters, supplements matter. All of those variables lead to your score. And that's the beauty of Nu Skin is we've got products to address each of those areas. We just rolled a product worldwide to help with sleep, and we're rolling products all around the world to make sure that people are more fit. Our number one product in the world is actually our TR line, and there are people all over Europe becoming more and more fit. I met somebody this past week that spoke to me. They showed me their before and after, and I'm sitting here. I had a hard time believing that it was the same person standing in front of me as they were showing me their picture. And yet through Nu Skin, their lifespan changed. Those people deserve to know. Others who are looking to improve their wellness deserve to know that what they're doing to improve their nutrition, their sleep habits, their physical fitness, and the supplements, all of those things are making a difference. And we can prove that at Nu Skin, and I love it. And so as we go on to the next slide, I'll share with you that we've got an opportunity. I wish I had a little bit more time to share with you some data around the people that have embraced this opportunity and the impact it's had on their business. But it's safe to say that for every 10 scans, we typically see about one subscription come out of that scan. You think about the possibilities there, and many of you will be better than that even, but that's just the worldwide average. 10 scans leads to one subscription. With Prism IO being as portable, it fits literally in the palm of your hand. 15 seconds to have the score. I think we're going to see a significant improvement on that 10-to-1 ratio. But let's just say that we stay at 10-to-1 and you yourself go out and scan as many people as you can possibly reach. Imagine what your business would look like by adding that many subscriptions. The power of subscription is enormous. There is multiple. The lifetime value of somebody on a subscription worldwide is about 8 times, but it varies by region. 8 times the value coming from that customer on a subscription as opposed to somebody who just periodically purchases. There's immense value in subscription, and Prism IO is going to enable us to do that. So as we jump over, there's great reason for excitement around Prism, but we're going to have Prism in India too. These work so perfectly together. Louise Spencer may be on or not. She gave the most incredible message. Louise, if you're here, thank you. You inspired me. But she spoke about how perfectly the Prism IO opportunity and the India opportunity work together, and how she's leveraging both of them, because there will be Prism in India. And we've got a really phenomenal line of products that we'll be rolling out. But as I look at this opportunity, and you go on to the next slide, this represents an opportunity to truly empower the biggest population in the world. 1.4 billion people seeking to be empowered, seeking to live a better life, whether it's the products that will help them to look, feel, and live better, whether it's this great community. Doesn't it feel good to be a part of this incredible Nu Skin family and this Nu Skin community? Or whether it's the earnings opportunity that's attached to sharing Nu Skin products with the rest of the world, and now soon with India. So I look at that and I get so excited. And you go to the next slide, you'll see that we're actually right up against the pre-launch. Anybody that is India qualified, and we don't need to dive super deep into that today, you just need to know that to be qualified to participate November 1st, you need one India eligible brand rep direct to you. Your account manager is very well versed on this. They can walk you through what that looks like, how you get there. There are many on this call that are very well versed, that are doing phenomenal work. Again, we just saw the stage filled with these wonderful people who are already India eligible brand reps, excited about what's in front of us, excited for the opportunity to share Nu Skin and the opportunity with India. So I share that so you know that now is the time. We've talked about this moment for some time. We announced last year in Dubai on the Team Elite trip that we were going to be opening. There's a firm date now with clear guidelines for what it takes, and the opportunity has never been better. When you look at Prism, IO, and you look at the India market opening, there's just an immense opportunity. But I get really excited when I think about India, because it doesn't just represent a chance to empower 1.4 billion people in India alone. It does that. That's true. But I get excited because if you look at Nu Skin and where people have largely succeeded over our 40 years, it's largely around more developed markets, more developed economies, where people are able to come in and see a vision for a long-term future and then participate in Nu Skin and enhance their future. Where we're just in recent years finding tremendous success is in empowering these more developing markets, economies that are still developing, economies where people are so hungry and seeking opportunity. And we've found a better balance where we can empower this segment in a compelling way, but through a more affordable product line, a comp plan that rewards the right behaviors. We're also now empowering this developing market segment in a way that we're seeing tremendous growth in developing markets. India represents another huge step in that direction. So if you think about, one, introducing India and being a part of that opening, but two, the rest of the world that gets unlocked as a result of this is tremendous. So I'll try, if we go to the next slide, I'll double down on a really important point. We need you. We actually need you more than we ever have in our 40-year history, because the need is so great. I look around the world at the way people are seeking to be empowered and the opportunities that are needed for people. And we've got a chance to respond to that call, to respond to the need that is so clear and present. And so I'll just extend that request. We need you. I invite you to consider ways that you can live the mission, help us live this mission, to empower other people with an opportunity that excites them, that helps them see a brighter future than maybe they had considered for themselves and their family. And along the way, you're going to touch hearts. If you go to the next slide, I'll share an experience that I had with this beautiful boy, Mario. You can see in this picture. I actually took this picture as we were sitting there, and I watched Mario. At first had his picture, his previous before picture, and I'm sitting here looking at this little boy, and I'm like, is this really the same little boy? And it is. This is beautiful Mario. He's an incredible child. But through the Force for Good Foundation, we were able to connect with an organization that it has taken these beautiful, beautiful children and giving them hope, changing their life in a way they didn't even know was possible. And so I want to thank each of you again for living our mission, but for more specifically for donating to the Force for Good Foundation. Through that foundation, we're providing heart surgeries, we're helping with cleft palates, we're feeding starving children all over the world with Nourish the Children. There's so much good that happens through Nu Skin. But this is just one example. When I met Mario, my heart just burst. I was so inspired by him and his mom. You should have seen the tears in his mom's eyes. That's when it connected with me as a father myself. I've got a great wife. We've got grandchildren. That's when it hit me. It was when I saw the mother of sweet Mario with the tears down her cheeks. And I knew that she knew his life had been changed. So on behalf of the people all over the world who are the recipients of your charitable donations to the Force for Good Foundation, I say thank you for being a force for good and for living our mission and helping us live it. For sake of time, I'll skip the next slide. It's a question and jump straight to the next one on partnership and just double down on this really important point that you've got a company that's there and committed to being a great partner for you. We each have a job to do. And as we each do our job together, we accomplish something special. And maybe I'll just end with that. If you can go to 2 slides from now, this spirit of we're better together. And In fact, let me just show you something that I've got right here that's a little unorthodox, but it's here in my office. I keep this reminder. I've got this reminder that I live by, and it says "Better Together," and it's to me it's an important reminder of the role that I play, the role that my team plays in the work that we need to accomplish. Ultimately, my job is to make sure that you're empowered with everything you need. Pay you on time, make sure you got great product, make sure that the tools and support that we provide for you all are there for you to be able to do whatever it is you want to do, whatever goals you might have, that we're putting the things in place, the tools, support, and all those pieces in place for you to be able to accomplish your dreams. So I have this sitting here in my office to remind me that we must do it together, and that as we engage in this work together, we'll accomplish some great things. So I want to end there, conveying my thanks, my gratitude. We've got a special window of time right now in front of us as we prepare for Prism IO, which will be rolling in home user testing for the first time next month. We're going to get into the hands of our team elites. More rollout in September, even more in November. By the first part of the year, we should have these units all around the world to brand reps and above. And that's when we start to really see the magic and all of these pieces coming together. So if you're wondering about timing, wondering if do I have the energy, I'm going to extend an invitation. Find the energy. It'll be worth it. It'll be worth whatever it takes for you to put that time in, empower others. As you do this, you'll reach your goals. You'll find great joy in helping others do the same. And together we can do something special. So thank you very much. And I look forward to being a part of this over the next few months, celebrating you, cheering for you, but also empowering you along the way. Thank you. Michiel, anything else that you'd like me to cover?
No, I want to thank you, Justin. I want to also know you're on a tight schedule. So if you feel you have to go, I just want to thank you for taking the time and speaking to us in the region. We're going to make you very proud, but I just want to make sure that you all don't feel that you have to stay here. We have 3 more speakers, so and I know Elna is clicking me, so let's go at fast speed here because it's there's a lot more exciting stuff to share with you. Yeah, so I just wanted to say also before we go to the next speaker, so we've had a lot of exciting events over the last few weeks. We talk about new products coming our way, new country opening, and a new device coming our way. However, we also want to make the point in those meetings and calls that we have with our leaders that let's not get distracted by things that are coming our way. Let's focus on the business right now. When we speak to leaders that have high momentum or markets where we see high space growth right now, there's one red thread, one common habit they all have, and that's they're very, very focused on doing the basics. And we have a compensation plan, a fantastic compensation plan that's very extensive, but at the heart of our compensation plan, we've actually also have a very solid focus on the basics. If you look at the core compensation plan, and if I can give you one tip, one focus point to grow your business, regardless if you are just starting, want to earn a few €100, or maybe you are a team elite or a other high pin title with an international business, the basics are the same. It all comes down to retailing your products to a customer base, building a team for yourself, and helping others to build a team in your organization. So on the next slide, our simple song that we would love all of us to sing to maximize the opportunity for you to earn and build a team is actually coming down to those 3 simple steps. Get to star affiliate. Next step, get to brand representative, and then help create brand reps in your organization. That is the heart of the business and everybody's business, regarding of the status you are in. That will help you get to where you need to go, where you want to go, at the fastest speed possible. I wanted to also touch quickly on the next slide. We all know we have fantastic beauty devices, but again, we have been rewarded the #1 position as the top brand in beauty and wellness device systems. We're recognized by the industry, we're recognized by our customers. It's also a very important point, and don't think I have to tell you, for the business. our devices drive retention, and it's a fantastic base to grow your business on today. If you go to the next slide, Justin named the statistics. This is our European factual statistic, and we're looking at our loyalty data. People that are customers that are registered customers in our ADR system, their lifetime value goes up times 10 versus a customer that is not. The length of the association of the customer goes up by 9 times versus a customer that's not in our ADR program. So if you're not focused on this already and you have highly ambitious dreams to build a strong business, I would suggest you looking at this, or at least discuss it with your upline. Next slide, also want to touch on the power of partnership. This is something that Justin touched on as well. I just want to go a little bit deeper into that. There's a lot of work done also at the global level with some of our absolutely top leadership in region, also in your Europe region, to really get back to the absolute focus on our partnership. The partnership is so important for you. It's also very important for us. It's like any other partnership. You want to make sure that you partner with the right partner for life and also in your business. Our next slide is our mission statement. We are a force for good by empowering people to look, feel, and live better. That hasn't changed. And the next slide we can skip, although I want to mention it again. 20 billion, I think. I don't know if Justin said it, I heard Ryan say it, there's not even, I don't think there's more than 4 or 5 companies in the world that have actually paid out so much in commission, let alone even reach that number into their total turnover in their existence. So this is a real big testament to our relationship, I would say. When you partner with us, and I will share these slides, because these slides are available to you too on the next slide, you partner with a company that's based on the right values, and we're based on the force for good. Justin touched on that. It's all about our empowerment. This is empowering you to do to achieve your goals. We're 100% dedicated to our partnership, and we're very people powered. And on top of that, our integrity is we do what we say and we say what we do. We're proud of that, and that's what we want you to know about us. Also, our principles, what we're based on, we're very much leadership based. And we're aligned on the core principles by leadership driven but customer obsessed. We're focused on products with an impact. We are all about innovation, but at the same time, we want to make sure that we also allow you to duplicate. Very important to find that balance in that. We have a very long-term focus, and we're truthful. As I said, we say what we do, and we do what we say. And as you notice, I'm going a little bit of fast speed. The last slide I wanted to show you, that's about our vision. You might not see, but there's a difference in that. So we are the world's leading beauty and wellness lifestyle and leadership opportunity platform. It used to be the affiliate opportunity platform. We're consciously bringing back the leadership word in our vision because it's so important that we are leadership driven. So I want you to know that we're working on that. That's our commitment to you. These slides are available to you if you want to ever present the company's mission, vision, or values. From here, I'm handing over to Elna, who has some exciting updates also. Thank you, Elna.
Thank you so much, Michiel. Let's see if I can get all of these slides and cameras and so on working. I'm really thrilled to be able to join all of you here tonight and share some of what I consider most exciting updates of the year, because we are at the verge of a very powerful shift at Nu Skin. Justin just mentioned it as well. And it holds so much promise for us. It was announced a few days ago, the official opening of India, and it is, as he mentioned, just around the corner. Exclusive to qualified India-eligible brand representatives, as of 1st of November, we will officially pre-open the Indian market. So you did hear that right. It's pre-opening only, and it's only for India-eligible brand representatives. So we're only 5 months away, so there's really no time to lose. You guys have been doing such an amazing job. You're leading the way globally with nearly 50% of all of the India-eligible brand affiliates coming through from our lead region. But it is time to put that into next gear with this announcement, right? India will only open once, and an opportunity like this will not likely come knocking on your door anytime soon again. An opportunity to be the founding leader of India ahead of anyone else before we fully launch in mid-2026. Justin also spoke to this, but this is an opportunity to be part of opening a market that holds nearly 20% of the world population, a population of entrepreneurs who are seeking empowerment, and a market whose gig workforce is expected to grow by 200% by 2043. And as a reminder, to build in India, you will need to be either of India origin and have the right documents, or otherwise be authorized to work in India. But that doesn't mean the opportunity isn't there for everyone. It's actually equal for our international leaders. As you find those people, you help them become brand representatives, you help them expand and grow their leadership teams. This is a huge earnings opportunity. As we, with the launch of India, will introduce something we call a global growth pool that you can participate in, because we recognize the pivotal role our leaders, all of you, playing mentoring and supporting and training your sales organization. So it will reward you for the critical role you play in your own market in supporting and developing your India eligible brand representatives, and it will be paid in your home market. To participate, and Justin also touched on this slightly, you will have to personally sponsor and maintain at least one India eligible brand representative in their home market, who then builds a Nu Skin India leadership team when we launch. The global growth pool will be based on numerous factors and will include team sales, customer volumes, leadership support, and so on, and will be roughly the same value as 5% up to 6 generations deep. So let me summarize what I've just said. Opportunity, 1.4 billion people. Global growth pool, paying roughly the value of 5% up to 6 generations deep. All I have to say is don't let this one slip by you. And there's more reason than one, because India will be different in many ways. And we have been saying this all along since we announced that we are looking into opening. We have been all ears and research because we wanted to make sure that we enter India just the right way. Also, when it comes to our product portfolio. So here it is. You can see that it's quite a simple portfolio, but it does have all our hero products that you can build with. We will enter with both beauty and wellness products. Some will be more premium, but we're also going to have products that are going to be that right sweet price spot, as we know that price is going to be instrumental in India. In fact, more so than in any other market, it's going to be a critical piece to success. And you will also see Prism IO, and it will have products that are anchored to Prism because they will contain a special carotenoid blend to make them scanner certified. And you might also notice that it's quite kit focused for the pre-launch, and that is to ensure we help with duplication. Michiel just mentioned it. Innovate to duplicate. We want to make sure that as we go into India, we're creating simplicity. We want to make sure that there's ability to duplicate. But there are also some exciting new products that are especially for India, and you will see it there on the left bottom corner on my screen. It is a new line called CeraNu, a line made with all of the best that Nu Skin has to offer, but at an incredible price. So if we zoom in a little bit, how beautiful is this packaging not of the CeraNu line? Another product specifically developed for India is a new local version of LifePak, one of our absolute hero products, and it's called LifePak Core. As our amazing, super talented product development team created this product, what they did was to look at the Indian population's nutritional need. And what they found was that whilst there was areas where they were really strong and really nutrient rich, there were also areas where they were nutritionally deficient. So that is how LifePak Core was created. It was created to fill those gaps, to ensure we enter India with exactly the right product that is right for the population there. Now, I've gone through it quite fast and a lot of information, and I know all of you have a million questions, and we will be answering all of those. Our teams, reinforced by all the global resources, are working very intensely on making sure you get all the information and support you need as we get closer to the opening. And we already have a timing to share with you for the next wave of information. We will be hosting a call with 2 amazing gentlemen who are heading up the opening of India on a global level. It is our talented colleagues, Mike Keller and Andrew Pushapanadin, who will be joining us for the next call. And if I'm not mistaken, they will actually be joining from India. So make sure to note down this timing, note down this date in your calendar so you don't miss it. We will also share it digitally, of course, but you can already take note of it now so you don't miss it. But at this time, the most important that I want to leave you and that you need to know is that to participate in this amazing opportunity, you need to support and develop India-eligible brand representatives in our already open markets. And as mentioned, we are leading the way globally, so really great job, but let's continue doing it. Let's continue pushing, because now is the time to act. It is up to you with what force you want to enter the market, because the more people you have on your team doing this with you, the more likely you will have success. It's a simple numbers game. So don't wait. Find India-eligible people, support them in becoming brand representatives, and repeat. Michiel spoke about the basics, so let's get the basics going. 1st of November, India is theirs to enter with full force. But now I have the pleasure to hand it over to the next speaker, who is a very dear colleague of mine, super talented, super brilliant, passionate about our products, passionate about innovating and making sure we empower all of our sales leaders with the best product, with all of the information and support they need. I'm handing it over to our product marketing manager for the European and African region. Lucy, over to you.
Thank you, Elna. Thank you. Hello, everyone. It's my first time with you tonight. And I can already share one thing about me is that I love challenges. And I think tonight I have a big one, is to share the biggest product innovation in only 5 minutes. So I will do my best to keep it short, while I hope you will feel the passion I have for our products. So if you go to the next slide, you just heard from Justin, Michiel, Elna, we have so many good reasons to join us as an opportunity or to grow with us. And the good news is that we also have very exciting opportunities with our products, because we have what people want. It's about beauty and wellness solutions. If you go to the next slide, and today I'm very glad to share with you one of the biggest innovations that we have in the pipeline for the year. It's about ageLOC True Face. ageLOC True Face is Nu Skin most advanced well-aging range, back on 40 years on skincare knowledge. It will come very soon in September in 2025 in Europe. But I won't say that much now. I'll let you have a sneak preview of it via a small video. If it's gonna play, yes. Very exciting new range coming up. Please mark it in your calendar, September 2025. Some of you may have already purchased the products in the US or at the We Go Home trip. There was some product demo, product on sales. So please try as much as you can already for those who already got them. And then meanwhile, we will share so many information with you over the time. If you go to the next slide, why ageLOC True Face is coming up in Europe? Well, I think the data speaks for themselves, because premium anti-aging market is a lasting growing opportunity, keeps growing over the time. So we still have so many billion that it represents. So you are in the right industry with us. When it comes to ageLOC True Face, we should go to the next slide. What is ageLOC True Face, basically? The whole story about is that it's a whole skincare regimen that targets different skin audiences. If you begin your skincare journey, you're in your 20s, you can already work on early signs of skin aging. And if you want to have some skin benefits, such as skin barrier protection, your skin glow, or skin hydration, this range is able to do so with the rejuvenation routine. Instead, if you already have a mature skin, you are more in your 30, 40 years old, and you want to really target the visible sign of skin aging, then you can really do so with a rejuvenation routine. And you can also select the product that are in the range that really suits to your skin solution and needs. We have a lot of anti-aging serum that can bring you a lot of benefits for skin aging. More than that, it's all about making sure that the product that we deliver to you and your customers, they have an efficacy. So we demonstrate that this product will work. And for that, if you go to the next slide and you know how Nu Skin is very strong with science, is because we have a whole clinical validation behind this product. Again, the data speaks for themselves. All of the formula have been developed in-house by scientists in collaboration with a scientific advisory board, with dermatologists. We also use clinical gradation, we use consumer to make studies. So everything behind formula is proven to have these results delivered to customers. And then if you go to the next slide, yes, here I was speaking about Tru Face and the whole clinical validation behind, but actually you can already enjoy the benefits of one of the key products, which is ageLOC Tru Face Peptide Retinol Complex, a very long name, but if you remember, it's about peptide retinol. It just launched in January in our region. And this is already a product that you can buy, sell to your customers, and it's the first one of the ageLOC Tru Face range. And it's all about, again, an anti-aging serum, a very effective formula that brings you very effective results while being so gentle on your skin. So again, Nu Skin went a step further versus competition, and it is able to deliver exactly what the consumer are looking for. So with ageLOC Tru Face Peptide Retinol Complex, it can really work on your fine lines, wrinkles, hyperpigmentation, and you can really see noticeable results on your skin tone and texture, and also reducing the pore appearance. And again, like I was saying about clinical validation is key. If you go to the next slide, we also use demonstration and reference with some consumers that have tested the product in our laboratories. And here again, you can see some results after only 2 weeks of use, 1 time a day at night. You see the lady on the left that has already much less wrinkles on the forehead, and also the skin tone, which improved a lot on the cheeks. We have similar results with the men on the right side, where you already see a lot of benefits around the eye. So we have demonstration that prove again the efficacy of our product. If you go to the next slide, this was all about the ageLOC Tru Face. So please again, mark your, it's going fast. Save the date, September. Retinol is already available on sales in our region, so please try as much as you can the product and experience yourself to make your own storyline. Tru Face is September, and Prism IO, I think, the previous speaker spoke about it. It's the next biggest innovation into the products and the whole story that we can support. So we are really, really excited about Prism IO. There is still a lot path to go. So we are really looking forward as well to release this new innovation device in our company. And then this is it for me. Now 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Lucy. And I know I have to apologize because I've just been informed that we've lost French translation. So, but what I wanted to say, I wanted to thank all the speakers, Elna, Lucy, great job, and Justin. What I will say is this is a general overview, and we're going to deliver you a lot more detailed information in the coming weeks through your local market. So you're going to get a lot more information. But I promised that we had 2 exciting testimonials. So there's one final highlight to this call, and I wanted to end with a testimonial from someone that's also been with us in Provo, and someone that has been with Nu Skin since 2021. She's a Ruby partner. She works a lot with the professional industry, the cosmetic studios. The We Go Home trip was her first trip, but definitely not the last. She also qualified for Montenegro. Someone that's really, really focused on the business. Someone that's a very kind individual. I got to know her as well on the trip. And someone that is actually from the German-speaking part in Belgium. For the people that don't know, we had a German-speaking part in Belgium. It's Sophie Lange. Are you there?
Hello.
Take it away. The last minutes are for you. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, excuse me first for my English. I will try my best. So I'm Sophie Langer, and I've been working in the beauty industry for a little over 3 years now. And along the way, people would tell me, one day you have to go to Provo. It's magical. You will understand when you get there. And I always thought, okay, sure, magical. It sounds nice, but I didn't really get it. Because how can a company headquarters be magical? Normally, when you enter a company here in Europe, everything is bad energy and everybody's working only to earn money. So I thought maybe it's just an American thing. But now I get it. Now I know exactly what they meant. And I want to try and share that feeling with you so you don't just hear it, you feel it. So when we arrived at Provo, we went straight into one of the most emotional parts of the entire trip, the red carpet moment. And we entered the area of the headquarters, and the Nu Skin employees were standing in 2 long lines, clapping, smiling, and welcoming us with a kind of presence that I honestly didn't expect. This wasn't just a warm hello, it was genuine gratitude. And I saw it in their eyes. They weren't clapping because they had to, they were clapping because they wanted to, because they know what we do in the field makes the work possible. We give the research, the innovations, the visions alive outside the building. And that moment changed something in me. It made me realize we are not separate, we are one, we are all in this together, win-win. And after that, we had the first round of business sessions. I remembered we heard directly from the founders. And that alone was incredibly powerful to see their humility, their passion, and their long-term commitment to this mission. And we also got a glimpse of the future, including a sneak peek of the Prism IO you just saw. And let me just say, this technology is going to be huge. It will elevate everything we do. It confirmed again, Nu Skin is reacting to the market. They are leading it. So later that Sunday in the afternoon, we went on the Y hike. And no, it's not about sport or challenge. Even it was really, really hard for me and for others too, and really, really hot. It's not a test of fitness or willpower. For me, it was really a moment of clarity and of quiet because we walked all together in a group and supporting each other. Some went really fast, some went slow, but we all arrived together. And that moment, looking down from the top, wasn't about the view. The view was incredible. But it was about what we had just done as a community. It was a reminder that we don't build this business alone and we move forward together step by step. And that celebrating progress, no matter how big or small, it's so important, I think, for every business. And something inside me said, you have come further than you think and you haven't stopped and you should be proud. And I think we usually tend to forget to be proud when we reach a goal. We rush, we build, but we don't stop and honor ourselves. And we don't say, I did this and I'm proud. And that moment changed something in me. It grounded me. And it reminded me also that the business is not just about growth. On the second day, we started with a tour of the offices, warehouses. And again, I was really amazed now, not by how big it all was, but how intentional. So every department, every team, every detail was clearly part of something larger. And in the afternoon, we had another business session, and this one was focused on science, but not in a dry technical way. We heard from the famous Dr. Joe Chang and several researchers and developers, and they didn't just talk about ingredients or formulas. They talked about purpose, about why they do what they do, and you could feel the conviction in every word they say. This wasn't just about skin. It was about changing lives through wellness, through knowledge, through consistency. And at that time, something changed inside me. So before Provo, I was proud of what I did. I believed in Nu Skin. I knew I had made the right choice. But now I don't just believe it. Now I want to shout it really loud into the world because Nu Skin isn't just a great company for me. It's something much bigger, something so many people haven't even fully discovered yet. In the US, in Asia, yeah, they know it, they feel it. But here in Europe, in Africa, it's not so famous. To understand we are not part of a trend, we are part of a movement with 41 years of legacy, science and heart. And we've all said it, look better, feel better, live better, the slogan. But in Provo, I understood it differently. I understood that's not just a promise for our customers, it's a promise for us. because Nu Skin doesn't just transform skin, it transforms people, it transforms life. And if you allow it, it transforms you. So I know many of you are watching, working toward Provo. And maybe like me, you have heard people say it's magical, you will understand it when you go. And maybe like me, you've smiled politely and thought, yeah, okay, we will see. But I want to tell you today, with every cell of my body, you need to go, because no photo, no video, no Zoom call can ever make you feel what Provo makes you feel. It shifts something inside you. It turns belief into fire. It makes you remember why you started, and it shows you clearly why this isn't just a company, why it's your company. And if you get the chance, go, not because of the photos, go for the magic and the moments you can put into words. Go home.
Wow, thank you, Sophie. Great job. I think you inspired everyone. I'm preparing the team tomorrow to come with many more hotel rooms, because I think we're gonna have a big growth. People wanting to join this. So I want to thank everybody who has shared, has been on this call. Yeah, I apologize for the French. I see that it's back up, French language support. So I hope you found it useful. Apologies for slightly running late. Yeah, thank you for all that you do, and looking forward to seeing you on the next call or in a meeting somewhere soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.